Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Inspiral Gaming Weekly. I'm Daniel, and as always, I'm here with Robert Hodge.
Hey there.
This week we're going to be talking a bit about our new written series, Inspiral Inspirations, and giving a broad look at the type of media that it might explore. Before we get into it, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about, does it feel any different to be writing Inspiral Inspirations compared to, what you've been working on before with mostly fictional, like lore writing?
Yeah, well, I mean, fiction, I can explore my creativity a lot more in the sense of I'm creating something, whereas Inspiral Inspirations it's kind of a non-fiction. It feels weird. I'm writing about myself in a sense. Kind of, it's essentially it's what inspired me to make Dimension Door, and it's this weird. I have to like go back in memory and time and think about. Okay, well, what did I do, 2 years ago that inspired me to make this game, and up until this point as well. So yeah, it's a very different feel, and it's actually really exciting. It's different.
Yeah, I mean, I come from a background of, reviewing different types of media from like television shows to board games and stuff like that. But if I had to review something that I had played or watched 2 years ago, I think that might be a little difficult, so I don't really envy you there.
Yeah, so one of the things I've been doing is actually, in particular games, I've been playing them again to kind of revitalize that memory and that feeling, or, in the case of a book, of course, rereading it. But it's hard when you're like watching a movie that inspired you, and it's the second time or the third time or the millionth time or whatever. It's a totally different feel after the first. So it works sometimes and it doesn't others, but it's been fun to explore.
Do you find that these exercises you've been doing to sort of refresh yourself on these old inspirations of yours are helping you with your current writing for like Lysander's Journal?
Definitely, actually. I'll watch a movie that I previously watched or played a game recently and be like, oh yeah, this kind of is similar to what I wrote in this particular chapter of Lysander's Journal, and I'll go back and I'll look into it, and sometimes I actually change things around because I have a different mindset now, but it's definitely been helpful for sure.
So why don't we just talk about your first article for Inspiral Inspirations then?
So the first article I'm writing for Inspiral Inspirations is about H.P. Lovecraft. He's been a huge influence to me for writing Lysander's Journal and making Dimension Door, because back years ago I had played a game called Arkham Horror, and at that time I didn't really know much about H.P. Lovecraft or the world he created, but I did know a few things prior to playing that game. I just never really looked into it. Just heard a few things, like Cthulhu, the big one. So then I played Arkham Horror, and I really got into that game. It was super fun. Long game, but super fun. I highly suggest it. But then after that, I'm like, I gotta understand like all these different creatures and all these different characters. Like, where did they come from? So I started reading his. I grabbed his complete works and just started reading the whole thing. And I love most of his works. They're fantastic. So the first article of Inspiral Inspirations is essentially about that. I'm taking a few of his works that I particularly liked or that particularly inspired me, and I correlated it to different media as well as how I incorporated it into Lysander's Journal. So that's what you can expect for the first article.
So I don't want to give too much away from your first article about H.P. Lovecraft, so maybe we could explore some of the other authors that have inspired you.
Yeah, sure. To name a few, Robert W. Chambers, he wrote The King in Yellow. Fantastic book, a compilation of stories, very similar to H.P. Lovecraft. I also read quite a few Stephen King novels and Philip Pullman's His Dark Materials trilogy. Those were some pretty big influencers too for inspiring me to make Dimension Door and kind of the whole world I've created myself.
So what is it about those writers? Is it their writing style? Is it the type of characters that they're creating? What is it about them that really draws you in?
So, all of them have actually fairly different writing styles. What actually is common among them all is mystery and intrigue. Fear of the unknown is a huge thing in all of those. Philip Pullman, not so much, but the other three for sure. Philip Pullman, his Dark Materials trilogy, which most people just know the Golden Compass, that's more of like the multiple worlds theory and crossing over, and that's kind of like its big thing. But other than that, it's generally just, not understanding what you're seeing, not comprehending ancient knowledge, and an overarching kind of evil, or what we would perceive as evil, just existing.
Yeah, I really like what you brought up here, and unfortunately we're running short on time, but I think we should definitely do another episode, because there are plenty of other avenues for us to explore here, with things like board games and television, to name a few. So if you guys are interested in hearing more about Robert's love for Lovecraft, check out Inspiral Inspirations. There will be a link below. And if you have a favorite piece of horror or supernatural literature of your own, leave a comment below.
If you enjoyed this episode of Inspiral Gaming Weekly, please give us a like or subscribe. If you didn't, we'd love to hear your feedback in the comments below so we can improve your experience for next time. You can find more info about Dimension Door on our website and the Kickstarter campaign that's going to be coming up soon.
As always, thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you with the next episode of Inspiral Gaming Weekly.